Welcome to the Life on Tap podcast, where we help you rediscover your potential so that you feel confident, clear, and independent. Have you inadvertently put yourself last all these years by putting others first, only to wake up in your midlife and find yourself lost in the shuffle? Girl, I have so been there. Let me share with you the lessons I've learned to create a new direction to rediscover yourself. Together, let's go on a journey of mastering your potential, tapping into the power that already exists inside of you. We'll talk confidence, self-care, organization, health and well-being, money mindsets, financial hacks, and how to kick your limiting beliefs to the curb for good. We will find and establish your vision, get crystal clear on it. This is your blueprint, your life untapped. I'm your host, Francine Rivera, lifestyle consultant and certified health coach. I'm also the founder of the Life Untapped coaching system, where you can earn as you learn with our affiliate program. Check it out at thelifeuntap.com and grab our free mini course, The Guilt-Free Balanced Life, while you are there. Are you ready for your blueprint? Let's dig in. Hey, welcome to the show. I am excited to bring you Kwavi, and she is a certified life coach, author, and international speaker for women in their 50s and beyond. She is a passionate advocate on promoting a positive narrative on female ageism. She helps women in their 50s and over create a life more exciting than their past. She uses powerful tools and empowering knowledge to help them take control of their lives on their own terms and embrace midlife as a fascinating and exciting journey. She uses one-on-one coaching, group coaching programs, and international retreats to inspire women all over the world to transform their lives. She also hosts the Simply Vibrant Life, which is a 7-day international retreat, which she has hosted in Thailand, Indonesia, and Morocco. Her next retreat will be September 2022 and will be hosted in Greece. Kwavi enjoys helping women 50 and over. However, her true passion is sharing with women the knowledge and tools to make informed decisions on leading and maintaining a lifestyle on their own terms. She received her degree in information technology from Thames Valley University in the United Kingdom, and she's obtained a master's in medical informatics degree from Northwestern University in Chicago. She's trained with the Well Coaches School of Coaching, a program endorsed by the American College of Sports Medicine and Harvard University, and is a certified weight coach through the Life Coach School. Kwavi is also a wife and mother to 2 teenage boys. She's a blogger with the Huffington Post and Thrive, and has been featured on CBS, NBC, Best Self Magazine, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Welcome, Kwavi.
Hello, Francine.
I'm so excited to have you here. It's like totally this whole niche of helping women in their 50s and beyond.
Yes. And I love it.
Yes. So tell me, how did you get started in this?
All right. So I started off as a weight loss coach, and probably about 3 years before I turned 50, I'm 53 now. So about 3 years before then, I decided to do a series of interviews with women who are already in their 50s. And the goal for me was to really learn from them now, but it didn't quite turn out that way. I found out probably 80% of the women that I interviewed use the word invisible to describe themselves. And that just put me on this path where I'm like, no, hold up. These women have had exciting lives. They have accumulated all this experience, and now they feel invisible. And I was like, no, so I started doing more research, and it's actually a thing. And so I told myself, I am going to be that poster child for encouraging women to place a priority on themselves and live this next chapter of their life on their own terms. So I was like, I'm going to help women do that, because I just don't think this is a time for them to kind of shrink back and fade into the shadows. No, this is a time for them to shine their light and shine.
Yes, I love it. And so wild about invisible. And it's true. It's true. Like I felt myself feeling like that after a while. You're like, all right, what's next? And life does not end at 50.
No, it doesn't.
Just the second chapter.
Oh my goodness. There are so many exciting things happening right now. So I'm like, no, let's look at the possibilities.
Yes. And sometimes you just need somebody else to kind of like just help you
Yes.
along because you just don't see it yourself.
That's it. That's what happens. And that's why we have coaches, because they see it, what we don't see for ourselves. They see
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what can we as women do to change this narrative?
I think one of the things, actually, the first thing women need to do, which I think, or they should at least consider, is be embracing their age. And one of the steps they can do, you actually do that, is actually saying out their age. I have met so many women that will not say their age. They're uncomfortable with it. And what I do is I always challenge them. I'm like, okay, you do realize by not saying your age, you're playing into this narrative that getting older is a bad thing. Like, what is that? And
Yeah.
so I think that's the first step, like embracing your age, whatever that is, and just saying it. I always tell women, like, whenever I have like retreats or anything, that's one of the things I think we need to say our ages out openly. And I know for a lot of them it's uncomfortable, but I want them to, like really figure out why that's uncomfortable for you. Like, why is that uncomfortable? And most times it stems from society's view of women that are older. They frown on older women. It's we live in a very youth obsessed society. And so once we are able to at least say the age out loud, and we begin to take steps. And the other thing I tell women is, being older, you get to do it however you want, really. You get to decide. I mean, but the thing is, you are getting older, but you get to decide what that looks like for you.
Mm-hmm. No, I
Mm-hmm.
love it. And I've always been very truthful about my age. In fact, at the time of this recording, it's October 21st, my birthday. I turned 57 on the 26th of
Yay!
October. And it's so funny because like about August of every year, I stop saying I'm 56 and I go up because I'm like, it's close enough. So I'm like, I'm 57. So then by the time my birthday rolls around, I'm like, wait, am I 57 or am I 58? Because I've been saying 50s.
So long, right?
Yeah. And then it's funny because when, people sometimes, like you say, they embarrassed about their age or whatever it is. And sometimes they go lower and I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
if I'm
Don't buy
going to,
into,
yeah,
don't buy
like,
into the stereotypes, please.
oh my gosh. No. And my thing is, if you're going to lie about your age, lie up. So you look really good.
That's it. Thank you. Exactly. It's like,
Like
no,
if I
don't
said I
do
was,
that.
yeah, if I told you I'm 65, I'm looking really good.
Right. Thank you. I'm like, let's do that
Yeah.
instead if we're going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's own it.
Yeah. And I know it's challenging for a lot of women because, between, even jobs, sometimes women get passed over for jobs when they're older, your body's changing and that can be challenging. So I do understand the challenge, but the thing is, we are here and that's a blessing in itself. And so
Yes.
let's just live it up. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Love it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
why, I know you touched on this, but why do you think women feel invisible right around that age of 50?
I think because it's that age where, for a lot of women, they're going through menopause, for instance, or they're either gone through menopause or in perimenopausal stage, where they begin to realize, okay, I can't have children anymore. Like, things are changing. And then you live in a society that really does frown on women. I like to say that society kind of tells women in their 40s, okay, you're about to expire. Like, that's kind of the thing. And then when you hit 50, it's like, bam, you get an expire sticker on your forehead. You no longer exist. It's like, you don't need to be seen, you don't need to be heard, you're no longer valued. And really and if you look around, like look on TV, for instance, when you look at commercials, the few times you see women in their 50s and over are pharmaceutical companies. You really don't see us in any other ads.
Oh my gosh,
But the
you're right.
strangest thing is our demographics, we spend more money than any other demographics. Seriously, we do. Yeah. If you look at the numbers, we do. But they don't cater to us. Like, even the ads for clothing, they don't use us to show the clothing. We're the ones that spend a lot of money. Why can't a car ad have a woman in her 50s or 60s in a car ad? Why does it have to be someone younger? I mean, we spend money, but they don't even target us as an audience. I was reading the other day, I was reading some research about TV ratings. The TV ratings only go up to the age of 55. After that, it's more or less you don't exist. Yeah.
So right. It's all over the media. It's where a youth
Yeah, you see
obsessed
it.
culture.
Yes. Yeah. You see it everywhere. And so it's easy for women to buy into that story of, well, I don't matter anymore. I don't need to do anything. And you kind of feel like you're almost in this dark hole somewhere. Like, you're here, but you're not really here, type of a thing. And so women just buy into that, unfortunately. Mhm.
Now, we have the most buying power because you said
Yes,
we're the
we do.
demographics. Do you
Yeah.
do you think it's because we're trying to chase that youth? Like,
Yeah.
are we overbuying in the beauty area or cosmetics
No, I just think no. And when I say buying power, I'm talking about we have more money
overall?
at that point
Yes.
overall.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a yeah, we have the earning potential highest of any other group. And so we can purchase whatever we want, but I'm just saying that we have that buying power. So and we're spending on different things. So because the survey didn't really specify like how we spend our money. It just says that we have, in terms of income, we have
Mhm.
more income than any other generation.
Yeah. No, I think that totally makes sense. I was just
Mhm.
wondering if much of that was spent on,
It'd be interesting, right? I don't know.
yeah, right? Because
Mhm.
we're so youth obsessed. So women are like, well,
Yes.
like I don't do this. I don't mind. Like I don't judge people for doing it, but I would not get Botox. That's me
Yeah.
personally. I don't want needles
Yeah.
anywhere near my face. But
Right.
I wonder if a lot of the spending is just again trying to look younger and keep that youth.
Yeah.
So
Right. Like,
interesting.
yeah, it is interesting. But also too, like you said, you know, I think women, I like for women to really decide what it is that they want and just kind of embrace it. Like I did a series of interviews on Instagram in the summer and I interviewed different women who were in their 50s and over. And these were women from all over the world. I did it like over 50 days. And it was, and my goal was really to showcase that over 50 doesn't come in a one size fits all. That was my goal with the interviews. And I wanted women to know that, listen, if you want to have your hair gray, that's fine. If you want to
Mhm.
dye your hair, that's fine. If you want to do plastic surgery, that's fine. If you don't want it, that's fine. And I
Yes.
want women to realize that we have to let people be. Like, what is over 50 for you? Like, you define it and you just run with it. And that's you. And I think society doesn't have a handle on that. Society just thinks over 50 comes in a box, and it's not true. We come in all shapes, shades, and sizes.
Definitely, I see a lot more women embracing the natural gray or white that's coming in.
Yes, I
And
know, right?
probably the pandemic had something to do with it. But
Possibly. Yeah.
but then I think when it grew out, they were like, oh, it makes my face look brighter and better, and it's not
Right.
aging. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I'm loving that I'm seeing that.
Yes. I know that. I think that was it. That's really interesting. And the whole movement, I think that's great.
Mhm. So what is a super skill that women of any age can use to be successful in life?
I think it's self-love. We do not love ourselves enough. And I always like to ask the question, when you love someone, what do? You
Okay.
protect them, you care for them, you make sure they're safe, you do all these wonderful things for them. And even when you don't want to do things, you do them for them. That's what we need to do for ourselves. We don't do that. We don't do that.
So true. Yeah, sad, but so true.
Yeah. And think about what we can create if we loved ourselves even more. I like to use the example of my kids because I have two boys and they both play soccer. Now, my oldest son even plays right now, he plays in college, but they've been playing soccer for a long time. And I'm going to tell you this, there have been many times when I did not feel like taking them to soccer. I'm like, again, because we would drive all over the place, we go for tournaments, but I did it because I love them. You know,
Mhm.
because of the love I have for my boys, I did that. Same with my husband. Both of us would take them all over the place because we love our kids.
Yeah.
And the thing is, but we don't do that for ourselves. If we don't feel like doing something for ourselves, like, I'm not going to do that. I don't feel like doing it. We need to look at the benefit of what we're doing for ourselves and do it anyway. We need to honor the commitments that we make to ourselves. We'll say, okay, I'm going to do this for myself. And then when the time comes, like, I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to do it.
We put
When you
ourselves
love
for last.
yourself, you do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if that's just, well, I guess it's mostly a female mother
I
thing, just
think
to
so.
put
It
yourself
is.
last all those years because
Yeah.
you think that's what's being a good mother is all about.
And it's not
Is
really that. It's not
right.
that. It's not that. And I think the other part of that is we're at a time now where we really don't have time on our side. So I'm like, really, okay, you did all that before. What about now? This is your
Mhm.
time. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yes. And you hit the nail on the head with the whole self-love. If you don't love yourself, you're
Mm.
not going to make yourself a priority or
No.
keep that
Mm-mm.
appointment with,
No.
even if it's a bath at night or a workout
Yeah.
or
Or the
something.
doctor. No, you
Right,
won't.
right,
You won't
right.
keep it. You
Yeah,
won't. Because when you love yourself, you will take care of yourself. You would do things to protect you. You do that when
yes,
you love yourself.
yeah. Better boundaries. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
so funny because a book that I started, I haven't finished it yet. I have to get
Mhm.
back into it.
Yeah.
Louise Hay, Mirror
Yes.
Work. I'm sure
Yeah.
you've heard of that.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And that is like it was very uncomfortable for me in the beginning, very uncomfortable. But like it's so necessary. I think every female on the planet needs to read that, especially if you're 50 and above. And it goes to what you're saying, self-love.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
have to get back to
We
that.
have to. We have to get back to that because whatever you do without that is not sustainable. I'll tell you, you'll give up
Mhm.
until you truly love yourself. And then it's like, it just changes everything once you start to practice self-love.
So all this sounds so like easier said than done. Like I know you have a book. So first tell us about
Yeah.
your book and how you help
Yeah.
women reach
Yes.
this.
So I've published a book called 50 Questions to Answer When You Reach 50. And my goal with the book was to empower women to rediscover their purpose and passion in life. And so it's a series of 50 questions that ordinarily you probably wouldn't even think about. And some of them quite uncomfortable. But my goal with this book is to get you to fall in love with yourself one question at a time. That's my goal.
I'm going to put that on my reading list for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have these amazing international retreats. I
Oh,
know
I
I
love
said that
those.
in the beginning.
Yes, yes,
And the
yes,
next one is Greece. That sounds
yes.
amazing.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I love doing these retreats. And I started them a few years ago. And the reason why I started them was I realized for a lot of women, they would probably, they'd go on these family vacations. And most of the time, I would say probably 60 to 70% of the time, they were the ones organizing it, right? And so to organize these family vacations. And when they would come back, it's like they need a vacation from the vacation because they did
Oh my
everything on
gosh.
the vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so I thought to myself, you know what? I want to create a retreat that is just focused on women where they don't have to worry about what to bring because I'll give them a packing list. All they have to worry about is they pay the fee. If they have any dietary requirements, that will be taken care of because I would get a personal chef. All they have to really worry about is the flight. And I did that because I wanted women to, like some people like to use points, some prefer maybe a first class or business class,
Sure,
or some people prefer one type of airline.
right.
And because people come from all different places, I'm like, you do the flight.
Sure.
And I go over the flight with them. Like before they book it, I always look at the itinerary, just be sure because they're going to an international place. I want to make sure the time zones are all right.
Uh-huh.
So they do that. But as soon as they land, I send someone out there to pick them up. They're picked up from the airport. They're brought to the villa. It's normally a private villa. The view is always amazing because that's one of the rules. I'm like, it has to be somewhere where it's just amazing and the views are beautiful. And when they get there, all their needs are taken care of. I mean, I had one woman in one of my retreats where she liked her coffee at 7:30 in the morning. Oh, guess what? We had someone deliver coffee to her at 7:30 in the morning in her room. So we make sure that women are taken care of. And the program is we start in the morning with breakfast, and then in the afternoon, in the mid-morning, we do coaching, so group coaching. And the whole premise of the retreat is really to allow women to reconnect more with themselves. And we do that. And then during the afternoon, they have free time. And that's time when they can, if they want to make phone calls back home, if they want to just sit by the pool, if they want to take a nap, they can do whatever they please. And then in the evening, we normally have an adventure. And so the adventure could be a cooking class on the beach. It could be a yacht trip. It could be caving like we did when we were in Thailand. Or we could go to the market. When we were in Morocco, we went to the amazing market in the evening. I mean, we had all these amazing adventures. And I love doing that because it's interesting to see how women change when they're supported. Like the first couple of days, you see them, they're kind of a little antsy, like, oh, I don't know about this. And then by day 3, it's like they are comfortable. They're like, it's almost like they're teenagers. Like they're so excited and they get happy. And then by day 7, they're like, I have to go back home. I'm like, yeah, you do. Because they have enjoyed. I mean,
Yeah.
think about this. For 7 days, someone prepares meals, nourishing meals for you daily. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to think about what to eat because it's there. You want, everything is so freshly prepared because that's the other things like nourishing meals that have to be really fresh. So you get all of that and you go on different adventures. We're in the bus together with other like-minded women. I mean, it's just so much fun. It really is.
My gosh, Kwavi, it sounds like a dream. Like it
It
sounds like
is.
a
It is
dream. Like I
amazing.
want
It
to
is.
go.
It is amazing. And you should come. You should come. We have one
Oh, I
spot
would
for Greece
love it.
left. So you
I
should.
would love it.
It is so much. I mean, it's so much fun. The women bond. I mean, we have so much fun. We take pictures. Oh, and the other thing we do is on the last day, we always have like a special dinner the last day,
Mhm.
the night before, the last night. And it's always a theme. Like when we were in Thailand, I think it was like, I can't remember. It was like we had different colors. For Greece, we're going to have an all white event. So there's always something,
Yeah, no,
exciting.
it sounds
Mhm.
amazing. And
Yeah.
you were spot on too when you said when females, when you go away on vacation, you come back exhausted. And
Mhm.
funny because we're in 2 days, we're going away for a few nights to a beach location, close
Mhm.
by to my house, maybe just
Yes.
3 hours south.
Yes.
But there's 5 of us in the
Yes.
family, and it's
Yes.
it's a timeshare. So guess who's cooking like
That's it. Yeah.
most of the meals? Me.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's yeah, I'm going on vacation, but it's not vacation.
No, that's the thing. It's exact. And this, I'm telling you, the women, they in fact, I've had women who have been on 3 of them. Like they want to go
Wow.
back because
Yeah.
because where do you go where you're actually pampered and taken care of? And then you're actually also growing in your mind because we do all these different things through coaching where,
Yeah.
to kind of help you out too. So it's just, I love it. I love seeing the expression on the women's faces because you can see the difference between day 1 and day 7. It's amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It sounds, like I said, wonderful. I would love even just 2 nights at a Motel 6 by myself.
I know, right? I know, right? Sometimes that's all you
Just
need.
you put me in a dark room by myself somewhere alone with some books.
Exactly. Yeah,
Nobody asking, no nana, 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 because I'm raising my
that's
granddaughter.
it.
Um,
Yeah,
and
nothing,
yeah,
right? Exactly.
yeah, but Greece sounds a lot better. So if
Yeah.
somebody wanted to find out more about you, how to work with
Yes.
you, where can they
Yes.
find you?
All right. So I have a website. My website is www.kwavi, and Kwavi spelled KWA, V is in Victor I.com. So you can find me there. And when you reach me there, you can find a way to, if you want to schedule a free consult, because I do offer one-on-one coaching. I also have an online community just for women 50 and over called Flourish. You can also find information on that on my website. And if you're interested in retreats, there's also an option for my retreats on there too.
That is awesome. Thank you. I mean,
Yes.
so cool. First of all, I love your accent. You
Oh,
have,
thank you.
you have the coolest name. It's just Kwavi, just one name. I love
Just
it.
one
And
name. That's
yeah,
it.
and I know you guys can't see her because obviously this is audio, but I saw her on video. She's beautiful. She's stunning.
Oh, thank you.
So very,
Thank you.
very cool. Well, thank you so much. I think
Thank you.
this is definitely a something everybody who hits 50 and over they need.
Yeah.
We have to stop shrinking back and thinking we
Yeah.
have nothing else to contribute
Oh
to the
my
world.
goodness, there is so much out there for you, ladies. And also, I want you to, for the ladies listening, start to practice some self love for yourself and self compassion. I mean, beating yourself up, there's no benefit in that. So I want you to kind of look like, okay, you know what? I have this next chapter of my life ahead of me. How do I want to create it? And I'll
Yes.
tell you this, your best years are not behind you, they're ahead of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna leave it like that because that you can't you can't beat that line. Your best years are ahead of you.
Yep, they are. They definitely are.
Totally love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
Mhm.
it. So good. So good.
Yes.
Well, thank
Yes.
you, Kwavi.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for all the listeners. I appreciate you taking the time to listen.
Thanks so much for listening. But before you go, if you found value in today's show, I would love it if you would take a screenshot of this episode and share it with others on social media. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and head on over to iTunes or wherever you listen to rate and leave a review. It is how we can empower, educate, and shift how others visualize their lives. Until next time, my friend, remember to live a life untapped. You are worth it.